Here are 6 exciting Coronation Street spoilers for December 15th to 19th, including a special episode, big news, and an affair on the verge of being rumbled. Don't go anywhere. Spoiler 1. Todd and Theo's special episode. In a gripping one-strand special, the police hit the street after a domestic incident is reported at Todd and Theo's flat. The episode unfolds through hidden cameras, CCTV, and police body cams, revealing unsettling flashbacks of what really happened. As the truth pieces itself together, fans are left wondering, will Theo's abuse finally be exposed? Spoiler 2. Will and Megan are close to being rumbled. Will admits to Bernie he has no mates, so she ropes in Brody, much to Will's annoyance. As Megan gives Will extra attention, Daniel notices Will is clearly smitten. On his birthday, Ben and Eva act too busy to celebrate, leaving Will feeling pushed aside. When Megan later spends time with him, Will confuses support for something more. As the family prepares a surprise, Steve spots Will heading into Chariot Square, and when Ben tracks him down, what he finds leaves everyone shocked and alarmed. Spoiler 3. Dee Dee breaks some big news to her family. Dee Dee tells Ed she's landed a new job, and he's thrilled, organizing a celebration at the bistro. But her second surprise leaves Ed, Michael, and James stunned. Later on, when James fails to turn up for the meal, Dee Dee's excitement quickly turns to disappointment. Spoiler 4. George worries about Todd. Todd tidies the wreckage from the night before, still unsure what really went down. When Bernie mentions she saw the flat in chaos, George starts to worry. Todd and Theo plaster on smiles and host George and Christina for lunch, pretending everything's fine. George then surprises Todd with a job offer, but will he take it? And when George hints he knows about the argument, with Bernie's comments backing it up, how long can their cover story hold? Spoiler 5. Abby wants answers. James cringes as he rereads the message he drunkenly sent Carl and quickly tells him to forget it ever happened. But when Carl admits he's lost his phone, James warns him he'd better pray Abby doesn't find it. Carl eventually tracks it down, but not before Abby peeks at the screen. With the truth dangling in front of her, Carl's left scrambling to explain himself. Spoiler 6. Joni's Not So Merry Christmas. Joni and Shanice land in hot water when they're caught trying to pinch a bottle of Prosecco from the corner shop. Later, Sally and Tim treat the girls to a cozy Christmas breakfast, but the peace doesn't last. When Joni mentions being invited to a party, Sally bans it, insisting the girls are bad influence and that Fizz and her kids are due over. Furious, Joni snaps. As Fizz arrives, Joni erupts into a full-blown tantrum and, declaring she'll never replace her mum, sends the Christmas tree crashing down. And if you enjoyed these Coronation Street spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the Cobble. Here are 6 huge Emmerdale spoilers for December 15th to 19th as Celia's empire starts to crumble. Stay tuned. Spoiler 1. Moira confronts Celia as the truth comes out. Moira discovers fraudulent invoices and finds out Celia has forged her signature for huge amounts of turkeys. She is fuming and confronts Celia, giving her an almighty slap. Celia makes herself look like the injured party and discredits the accusations, and Moira tells her to stay away from her business. Moira is then worried she will be on the hook for her violent reaction. She wants to bring Celia down, but is uneasy about how to do it. Spoiler 2. Celia sabotages Ray and Laurel's romance. Ray is unnerved when Celia is invited to dinner with him and Laurel. Celia is not happy to see her son so domesticated and decides to take action. Celia paints Ray as manipulative and emotionally distant. She also calls him a playboy. Her words deeply affect Laurel, who can't hide her concern. Ray is furious with his mum and can't hide his upset. She tells him he must end it, but will he? Rona sees Ray storm out of Laurel's after lunch and is deeply worried for Laurel's safety. Spoiler 3. Sarah pulls off a surprise. Sarah enlists Belle's help to organize a surprise, but is it a good idea? Spoiler 4. Charity raises Vanessa's suspicions. Charity is still struggling with her secrets. Vanessa can tell something is wrong and starts to ask questions. Under interrogation, Charity hints the baby might not be Sarah and Jacob's before quickly backtracking. But has she said too much? Spoiler 5. Charity's lies have consequences. Charity tries to make up an excuse to avoid the gender reveal party, but she is completely unaware what not being present at the party will bring. Spoiler 6. Ruby's business venture. Drunken Ruby decides to import wine and start a business. Manpreet has an idea of how to sell the booze on. However, Charity is not happy with her trying to sell locally without a license. They soon make a deal, but is that it for Ruby's wine enterprise? And if you enjoyed these Emmerdale spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more. A deadly fire breaks out in next week's action-packed EastEnders spoilers. Trapped inside, Zoe's life hangs in the balance as Oscar rushes inside to help. Stay tuned for all these shocking spoilers and more. Spoiler 1. Jasmine's Ford connection finally revealed. Lauren, Peter and the family are planning for Jimmy's christening when Oscar arrives with Jasmine in tow. As they react to Jasmine's unexpected return, Cindy flees and Ian calls the police. As she's questioned, Jasmine finally reveals her connection to the Ford family. Later, after she continues to push Oscar away, he ends their relationship. Are Jasmine and Oscar over for good? Spoiler 2. Lauren's in danger of being found out. Lauren continues to lie about the stolen charity money to Peter. Ian reassures her that he has everything in hand, but she gets a shock when Peter shares his theory that the cash has been stolen. Spoiler 3. Kat makes a promise. Lily continues to struggle with Jean, who has shut herself away. Growing suspicious after talking to Lily, Kat is horrified to find the house in disarray. Kat is left stunned by an admission from Jean about recent events and vows to support her. Later, she makes an unlikely ally in her quest to help Zoe, but is blindsided by a shocking discovery. Will she realize that Jean was behind the sinister Christmas message? Spoiler 4. Linda returns. The residents gather to celebrate the grand opening of Peacock Palace. However, Elaine and the family get a shock when Linda returns from her cruise. Later, Linda's given food for thought following an unexpected conversation with Sam. Spoiler 5. Zoe and Oscar in danger as a fire breaks out. The locals are left shaken when a fire breaks out at Lauren and Peter's, with Zoe trapped inside. Oscar rushes inside to rescue her. Spoiler 6. Max returns to Wolford. With Oscar in hospital after the fire, Max Branning arrives to support his son. As Oscar recovers, a concerned Max waits by her bedside. However, he soon grows suspicious of Ian and Lauren's shifty behavior. Spoiler 7. Max and Linda reunited. Back on Albert Square, Linda is horrified when she sees Max. With the truth about Annie looming, she and Max meet at the Albert for a drink. Spoiler 8. Max makes a scene. Later, still suspicious about Lauren and Ian, Max makes a scene at the Vic. As all eyes turn on Lauren after the events of the week, Max steps up to support his daughter. Spoiler 9. Sam waits for results. Phil supports Sam as she attends a hospital appointment over her breast cancer fears. Later, she tells Zach that she's waiting for biopsy results to hear whether she has breast cancer. Spoiler 10. Phil worries about Nigel. Julie books Nigel a GP appointment for his growing dementia symptoms. But Phil isn't happy and hides details of Nigel's decline from the doctor. Later, Nigel is worried when he makes a discovery. Spoiler 11. Anthony sparks concern. Patrick, Yolande and Chelsea worry about Anthony when there's a sudden shift in his behaviour. What's Anthony hiding? Spoiler 12. Jasmine tries to make amends. Jasmine visits Oscar in hospital. After the fire, Jasmine attempts to extend an olive branch to Oscar. Later, she gets some words of advice from an unlikely ally. Can she win Oscar over? Spoiler 13. Honey and Billy are there for Harry. Billy and Honey try to support Nicola and Harry after everything that's happened recently. And if you enjoyed these EastEnders spoilers, subscribe so you can come back for more news from the Square.